Hi there, I'm Dale Mathis, coming to you from my home studio in Sun City, Arizona, and welcome to lesson number 7 of my play-by-ear series, where sheet music is optional, but if you do download it, it will be helpful so that you can see some of the things that I'm talking about, and you can scribble notes about do this here or do that there. You find it at dalemathisaccordion.com, and then look in the free lessons tab and you will find all of these videos, and you can download the sheet music, and you'll also see a copy of the sheet music in the big print. So it's all there for you, and it's all for free. It's all public domain music, so I don't have to worry about any copyright on any of this stuff. So today, a lot of new things to get to. And first I'm going to play this tune, and then I'm going to talk about all these new things that you have not had before, and we'll go from there. So let me point the camera down, and we'll play this tune. It's Kumbaya. So here we go. Okay, very pretty tune. So now I'm going to just pull this up here, and I want to show you the piece of sheet music that you can download, just so that even if you can't read sheet music, you can still use it for notes. So, all right, this is what the piece of sheet music looks like, and there's a lot of new things that we're going to talk about today. So, first of all, we've got pickup notes. Pickup notes are where there are a couple of notes before where the song actually begins, and the time, those 2 beats, is actually borrowed from the last piece from the last measure of the song, where there are just 2 beats in that measure, but all the rest of the measures have 4 beats in them. All right, so that's pickup notes. And then the next thing we're going to talk about, this is a new kind of note. It's called a dotted quarter note. And a dotted quarter note gets 1 1/2 beats. So that sounds complicated, right? It's just not simple. Like here, that half note gets 2 beats, and so you can play bass chord and it all fits. And these 2 quarter notes here each get one bass button or chord button, so all very simple. In this one, you're actually going to play both the bass and the chord button, you know, bass, chord, and then quickly squeeze in that note. So here's a demonstration of playing the dotted quarter note and the 8th note. So here we go. It goes like this. So I played both, in the first note I played both the bass and the chord, and then I stick that note in, and then play the next 2 notes. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Okay, so there's that, dotted quarter notes and 8th notes. And then the next thing that I need to point out is that in this last measure of the tune, it's a whole note, so that gets 4 beats, and it's got this tie, this curved line on it, and that means that you hold it down for all 4 of those beats, plus the 2 beats over here. It actually gets 6 beats long. So I'm going to play those first measures now so you can get an idea of what that's like. So here's the pickup notes, and here the song starts. F chord, and now there's going to be 6 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Okay, now here's another new thing. For folks with a 12-bass accordion, you're not going to be able to do this, but for folks with full-size accordions, or at least the size of this one, which is 72 bass buttons, and what that means is there are 6 rows. So you've got a counterbass, whoops, going from the wrong direction, counterbass, and then the fundamental bass, and then major chord, minor chord, 7th chord, diminished. Okay, so to play the G7 chord, let me bring this down a little bit more. There you go. Here is the C bass and chord, and you use your 3rd finger and your 2nd finger. Now, to play the G7, you're going to put your, instead of moving this, the 3rd finger and the major chord, now you've got to put your 4th finger on the G bass, and it feels funny because you don't use it very often, and this finger has to go way back here, the 2nd finger has to go way back here, and it has to hit that sound. So here's the major. Oops, get on the right notes here. Hang on a second, I got lost there for a second. There we go. C major, G major, here's G minor. Whoops, oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing that wrong. G major, G minor, and G7. 2nd and 4th finger. Okay, so let's see if there's any other big surprises. Pickup notes, dotted quarter notes, and get a beat and a half, and 8th notes get a half beat. And 7th chords, use your 4th finger on the chord button to play the 7th. If you don't have this row of buttons on your accordion for 7th chords, it's okay. You can just play the major button. Here's the difference in the sound. And let's do that right, yeah. And I'm just going to show you, just for a little bit of theory, this is what the major chord sounds like. So here's the 3 notes involved in the major chord. And to make it a 7th chord, you actually add, you don't change any of these, you actually add a 4th note. So that's the difference. Here's the G major chord, here's the G7 chord. And that G7 chord is always going to resolve to a C chord. So here's G7, and here's C. G7, and C. Okay, so now let's go through the tune. So I'm first going to play just the right hand. Okay, now I'm going to put it all together. And one more time, now I'm going to name the chords as I do it. So here we go. Here's those pickup notes. C chord. F chord, C chord. G7, C, F, C chord, F chord, C chord, G7, okay, so a lot of stuff that's new in this and a lot to comprehend. And if you do go to my website, dalemathisaccordion.com, and look on that free lessons tab, you can download this piece of sheet music along with all the others. And you will, even though you don't read sheet music, you'll still find that you'll be able to make some sense out of this, especially because I have the finger numbers printed on it so that you don't get your fingers all tangled up. All right, so thanks so much for watching. I know this one is a lot of new information, and I know you'll be able to figure it out. So see you again.